The newest Bedrock Edition beta has finally released, and it brings with it a ton of big parity changes, some of which you're probably not going to like. We also got a lot of bug fixes, free realms, and a ton of changes to the decorated pot, which we've really been needing. So let's hop into it. We have some really big news for the decorated pots. This is a feature that I've been legitimately hoping that they would add for a long time now, but these things officially have an inventory, so you can click on these with items now, and they'll actually put the items in there, as you can see, and it sounds amazing. I love the sound, especially when you spam it. So these things can also be broken. If you just punch it, bam, you'll get your pot back, and you also get your item back as well. And now they'll break when you shoot them with a projectile, and that'll actually shatter them into their shards and their brick pieces. And of course, you'll get your items back. And of course, the tridents also shatter them as well. Really fun mechanic, and now we can do so much more with the decorated pots. But honestly, just listen to this. I love that sound effect. So these things only have a single inventory slot. You can only put one item in there. You can't put multiple non-stackable items, for example. You can put 64 regular items in there, or you can put 16 stackables, like 16 ender pearls. They only have a single inventory slot. And yes, hoppers do work with them. You can put items into them from any direction using hoppers. It's pretty much like any other inventory in the game. And of course, you can pull items out of them using hoppers as well. As you can see, it's pulling all that iron out. And of course, comparators can also read them and see how many items are inside of them. So the more items are in there, the stronger the signal strength will be. Another massive change in this update to the decorated pots, they are no longer non-stackable. So as long as you have two identical pots with the same, crafting recipe, they'll now be able to stack together up to 64 in your inventory. As you can see, we have an entire stack of these things. Previously, they just took up your entire inventory, especially if you crafted a lot of them, because they were non-stackable. It was a little bit ridiculous. Now you can put your arms up in celebration. So you might have noticed that these things wobble now when you put an item into them, and that actually emits a skulk vibration at the level 11, and that's going to be useful for more redstone stuff. Now, of course, there's no way to get the items out of here without actually breaking the pot or using a hopper. This feature was just added in today's Bedrock beta and today's Java snapshot 23W41A, so no matter what platform you're on, you can go play with this right now. This is beta 120.50.20, meaning that the newest Bedrock Edition update 120.40 is going to be on the way in a couple of weeks or maybe a month or so. We also have a mild bug fix to the trading rebalance update. So this is the update that massively changes librarian and armor villagers. And previously there was a bug where these guys wouldn't sell the max level of the early books. So for example, they would always sell punch 1, but now they have the opportunity to sell punch 2, for example. So just a mild silver lining to the huge amount of nerfs that these guys are going to be seeing in a future update. We also have some great updates to the Phantom, everyone's favorite mob. They're no longer going to miss you if you are gliding. As you can see, they are just hitting us pretty well. So previously, if you were to glide past them, then they would just completely miss you. But great, yeah, everyone's favorite mob has been fully updated to really give you a hard time while you're flying with your elytra. Everybody loves this. Everybody loves this. It's great. We have a couple more changes to raids and raid farms. So witches that respawn with a spawn egg will now join an existing raid and actually throw potions at all the raiders, as you can see here. And any pillager that's summoned in the world, either from a pillager patrol or a pillager outpost, will also join the raid. As you can see from the raid bar at the top there, every time that we spawn one in, that raid bar goes up. This means that any of the pillagers that spawn in your pillager outpost will momentarily account towards your raid bar, meaning that you're going to want to kill them quickly, but luckily we already do with trident killers, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but it might slow down the rates of your raid farm just ever so slightly. And fun fact, that's why you can't build a raid farm at a pillager outpost on Java Edition, because the pillagers here just spawn non-stop. You'll legitimately get like 40 of these dudes, and you'll just never complete the raid. It's actually kind of a problem, and it's something that I made a bug report about when the Village and Pillage update released, because it's really something that you'll never never be able to defeat. No matter how quickly you kill these guys, they just respawn too fast for you to ever actually defeat the raid. So overall, not the greatest game mechanic, but I guess it's here on Bedrock Edition now, so we gotta live with it. And yeah, another parity change, you can no longer have evokers or vindicators spawning in peaceful mode. As you can see, they're just gonna get instantly non-spawned. So if you have something like a woodland mansion, you're no longer gonna have the evokers or vindicators in there if you travel there in peaceful mode. Previously, if you were in peaceful mode on Bedrock Edition, these guys would exist, but they would not attack you, kind of similar to how shulkers currently are in the end cities. Honestly, I like this peaceful not attacking because it allows you to retain your mobs, also get the drops from them if you're in the Woodland Mansion, and it just works out better than them despawning entirely. There's been a slight change to the Cold Ocean Ruins. These things will no longer generate with suspicious sand in them. This is the one that you can actually get the sniffer eggs from. So now if you want to get sniffer eggs and stuff like that, or the specific shards, then you're going to have to find an actual warm ocean ruin, and that's going to have the suspicious sand in it. There's also been a nice bug fix for high sim distance players and their mob farms, so mobs will now spawn more than 6 chunks away from the player, and this is great. This was previously affecting mob farms and just general gameplay if you're playing on a higher simulation distance. They've also changed the speed at which recipes unlock when you get a ton of new recipes. As you can see, it's blitzing through it right now, but it's going to be quite a bit slower in the newer updates. They've also fixed a mission critical bug. As you can see, the search bar right here is like literally a pixel off from the rest of the UI. It's just not quite lined up. That's been fixed in the next beta, from what I can tell. They've also completely updated the how to play screen and removed certain old features from it. So the how to play screen is under settings, and then it's just right here. This is what it looks like in the older betas, and it's going to be completely revamped in the newer betas. So this is great. This is a good resource for everybody who's playing the game. As you can see, there is a lot of information in here, and it's good that they are trying to keep this up to date. Now, I can't show you what it currently looks like in the new beta because the new beta hasn't released yet. They released the changelogs, and then like 5 hours later, you can actually download it, and we ain't got time to wait for that. We have some giant realms news for Minecraft Bedrock and Java Edition. If you own a realm on either platform, now you'll be able to make a new realm for free in the snapshots or betas. So if you own a Bedrock realm, you can create a Bedrock beta realm, and if you own a Java realm, you can make a Java snapshot realm, which is really cool. This allows you to play with your friends in these snapshots and betas, find bugs, and try out the new features. Honestly, a great feature, and we've needed this for a while, and it's completely free as long as you own a realm already. Some more great realms news for everyone who uses them. You'll now be able to download realms that are larger than a gigabyte. I know this has been giving a lot of you guys in the comments some giant issues because your world gets over a gigabyte and then you can't download it, so it's literally stuck on a realm forever, but that has now been fixed in the beta. You're still gonna have to wait a couple of weeks or a month or two for this to hit the full release though. If you like this video, then drop a like, share it around, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.